Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have a Goofy movie, not the Goofy movie, but a Goofy movie. There is a sequel. We saw it a couple months ago, an extremely Goofy movie, but in a rare bit of truth in advertising, this is truly a Goofy movie. It stars Goofy. I've said Goofy enough, but I'm going to keep saying it. Goofy, one of our all-time Disney classic characters, heroes, and the show is the movie, which runs about an hour and 20 minutes. It's from 1995. It features Max, Goofy's son, and yes, Goofy is a single dad. Uh, he must have had something going on to get himself a son at some point, which is a thought path I don't think any of us really want to go down. Um, but Max is growing up. He's in high school. It's the last day of school. But when we first see him, he's in the middle of a dream. And it's pretty much a nightmare because he has this weird fear of becoming his dad. At first, it's a very kind of sexy dream because he's kind of fantasizing about the girl he really likes. And, well, it turns into he starts morphing into his dad, and just it's the most terrifying thing he can think of. So I'm explaining this to people I'm sure who know this movie backwards and forwards, who love it to death. It is a cult classic in every form. This is my first time seeing it. I just really didn't see a whole lot of Disney animated stuff in the late 90s or mid to late 90s. I don't know if I just stopped after Beauty and the Beast or whatever. I have no idea, but I guess it just really never fell on my radar. Sorry, but it's I missed out. So I'm just gonna be honest because it is a really fun movie. Goofy is just quickly becoming a favorite of mine. Donald has always been a favorite character of mine, but Goofy, with his just endearing earnestness, his joyfulness, he sees the best in everyone, and he tries to do his best in every situation. Max is a teenager, and Max pretty much acts like a teenager. He's kind of selfish. He's kind of just all mixed up inside when it comes to his emotions and wanting what he wants more than anything else. Because he thinks that he doesn't really take a whole lot of people into consideration. And it's not like he's doing it to be malicious. He's just a kid who doesn't know how to parse these things, which is understandable. It's not to say that, oh, well, he's a kid, well, he doesn't understand anything. But again, as we all did growing up, we got to learn some of these things. It's not just something we know. So Max is struggling between getting the girl he likes to like him, and at the same time, Goofy is worried about Max getting into trouble. And Pete, their rival, their eternal rival, Pete, he tends to put stuff in Goofy's head. Apparently, both he and Pete work at a Kmart photo department, like taking pictures of kids. I don't know. It's a thing from the 90s that doesn't exist now. Mostly because Kmart's don't exist now for the most part. And we all can take our pictures ourselves with our phones. But yeah, it's Goofy gets it in his head that Max could be troublesome, get in trouble being a kid, and you never know what they're going to be, get caught up in. And Max pretty much does something really sweet and kind of crazy out there, but it's expressed when he gets caught. It gets expressed in a way that is a whole lot more harsh than it really is. By the way, the principal is I gotta say his name, Wallace Shawn. The principal is Wallace Shawn, and of course we know that Bill Farmer is Goofy, the eternal Bill Farmer. We even saw him on camera a little while ago. Bill Farmer's like loves dogs or something. There was a dog series. Jason Marsden plays Max Gould. Max Goof. Max Gould. Who's Max Gould? Anyway, and Jim Cummings is Pete. Kelly Martin was Roxanne. And we got Rob Paulson. We had a bunch of other people. Just Disney vets, Disney animation voice vets throughout this thing. So yeah, when Goofy gets the idea that he needs to save Max from himself and his delinquent ways, Goofy decides he's going to revive a tradition and take his kid camping. And it happens to be happening at the same time that Pete is taking his kid camping, and Max and Pete's kid are both best friends, along with another guy, which I can't remember his name, but is voiced by Pauly Shore. He loves cheese. I'm sure there's a weed reference in there somehow. But yeah, it's a. By the way, speaking of references, this thing is packed full of visual and audible and all sorts of references to other Disney movies, Disney characters. Donald and Mickey make a quick hitchhiking cameo in this. The Wilhelm scream, if you know what that is, it's a sound effect that's been passed down through decades since early Hollywood. It's a sound effect of a person falling from a horse in the original thing, but it's been used for whenever a person gets injured or falls from something. It's in all the Star Wars films, and it's in pretty much every sci-fi film, and it's among other action films and everything else. It does appear in here just for 1 minute. 1 second. It's only a very small piece of audio. But yeah, you'll love picking out little references to Little Mermaid, Lion King, just tons of things that you'll recognize if you keep your eyes open. I kind of wanted to have this in the background while I was working, and no, I have to keep your eyes focused on it because there's so many little things that keep happening throughout this little Easter eggs. It's kind of fun. But so Max is forced into a trip across the country, which he hopes to derail, because he told the girl he likes, Roxanne, that he's going to be on stage with the biggest rock star in the world, Powerline. So, who's also a Goofy-like dog. And Powerline, I'm not going to spoil anything really here for you. I love the animation throughout this. It has lots of warm, rich colors, and it's all painted backgrounds. It's very classic animation, but with, I don't know, more modern feel to it, and it doesn't feel separated. The characters don't feel completely separated from some arbitrary background. It's really well done. I really like it. It feels good, and the animation that goes through this, even especially during the big musical number slash car, not a car chase, but it's a car sequence as they're going down the highway, and Max and Goofy are butting heads verbally in song at the same time. The animation in that is amazing, and it's only topped by the final sequence with Powerline at the very end of the film, which, big surprise that Powerline would somehow come into play. But because we mentioned him plenty of times, it's the kind of thing that happens. So yeah, the animation on that is just the big musical number. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just the colors and the motion and just the character's supposed to dance and sequence and everything else. And yeah, that may seem very standard to us today, but this is 1995, and this just looks amazing. And it's, yeah, I mean, there's different phases of Disney animation throughout the years, the Renaissance and the classic era and everything else, but this feels like something else. And I think the people who did this, they worked on this, between the United States, Canada, France, Australia, all over the world to put this thing together. And if you're an animation lover, I think you'd get a kick out of this. It has its own feel. It doesn't feel like it's borrowed from everything else, even though obviously elements of animation are. It fits the Goofy aesthetic. Let's just say that. That's all I really can say about that. I'm no animation critique expert, as you probably figured out by me talking. So, but yeah, it's a fun movie, and I think if you've held off on it like I have, I was expecting to get to this eventually. I saw the sequel months ago. I was hoping to catch this at some point soon, and glad we did. And all the people who've been hyping it up over the years, it didn't disappoint. So you were right. I'm going to tell you that you were right. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. Okay.
507.
Hey, I know what the 500s are. We're actually gonna get. This is something I've already seen. More than likely. Come on. But hey, we went from 7 to 507. Wow. We're gonna go back to where it all began. This is the beginning. 507 is Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. The original Star Wars film from 1977. I wonder if I'll have an opinion on that. Alright, let's meet back here tomorrow. Having watched Star Wars. You know I've seen this movie 100 times, 1,000 times. I have no idea. It's ingrained in my brain, in my soul. What else can I say about it? We'll find out tomorrow. I have no idea, but I'm going to watch it again because any excuse I get is a good one to watch Star Wars. All right, see you back here with A New Hope on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge.